This is one of my small wave, and I mean very small wave, fun boards. This particular one is 5'2". It's for one of my team riders, Chris Tajek, and Chris is about this tall. So as you can see, he's riding at about 6 inches shorter than his height, but it can vary for different people, of course, because of your weight. Now you can see by the outline here, it has a massively wide tail. It's actually got a 19-inch tail, so it's extremely wide. Just like a toboggan in water skiing or snow skiing, that width just creates lift, especially when you're going very slow. I'll just chuck it on a stand here, and we'll have a look at the fins first. Now, Chris has found this setup here, the twin fin setup, is the one that seems to work the best. He's tried everything, and he's just found it, as you can see from the template. Just have a look at the side here. The template, it's got the large twin fin with an S5 as the rear for the quad. Now that's way bigger than what you'd normally put on a quad board. Normally on these size boards, this would probably be the front fin, there'd even be a smaller one. But because of that area in the tail and so much area, you really need something to make the board hang on, otherwise it'll have no drive whatsoever. Now, it's extremely flat. It has very little rocker all the way through it, but it has a massive concave in the centre. I'll just show you here. So it has the concave that runs all the way through to the tail with quite a deep double concave. Okay, and as you can see there, just a double concave with a slight bit of there behind the back fins. But it runs right through the belly of it, double concave, the single, right up through the nose, and then goes to flat with a slight V in the nose, okay, which creates a softening of the nose, so because it's flat, less chance of it catching on the waves. Now, Chris has been riding this board in 1 to 2 foot waves. He's pushed it up to about 4 foot, but that's about its limit. But he just said it absolutely flies. Waves that he normally wouldn't even think about riding a short board in, this thing just gets up and goes. And as you can see by the amount of area here, you can see why it would do that. I'll just flip it over here, a bit of a look. A bit hard to fit it on the stand because it's so short. But yeah, you can really see the width in the tail there. You can imagine this surface area really getting up and going along. It's a board you only have in your quiver as something you take out every now and then for the real small stuff. Now with this as well, I just thought, I did it as a stringerless, like some of those epoxy ones that you see going around, and I decided just to try the carbon rails, just to see how much stiffness it adds to the board, and it doesn't have any flex. So the carbon does stiffen it up, but I will do this model just with a stringer and plain white sanded finish to bring the price down, because with the carbon rails and so forth, there is a fair bit more work in doing it that way, but I will make it a bit cheaper by doing it just like a normal short board. The colour on this, we just done a bit of a resin tint, bit of a swirl pattern. Chris has put this one on here. It's his little pattern he likes to always put on the boards, but just to make it look a bit different. Even plain white of a stringer, I think this board would look quite well. The other characteristic of it, you can see this rail, it's actually quite chunky. It's almost like a rail for the centre of a board in the tail, and again, this is where you hop on this thing and it just gets up and flies. It's past the experimental stage now. Chris has definitely said this is one of his favourite short boards he's ever had in his life, so it's definitely a model we're going to produce now. It's just a matter of working out if someone wants to order on what size is going to be best for their ability and so forth. But at the moment, if you want to get out there in 1 to 2 foot waves and your short board's not doing it, this will be the board that'll get you out there. You won't have to hop on a Malibu if you don't want to, but this will be the board that will just get you up there and flying. So this is the thing. We don't know what the name is yet. It could be the pregnant rice bubble, but we're not sure. Stay tuned. Okay.